So this is my second video, and in this video I am going to remove the screen off a working iWatch to fix a cracked one. And I'll show you how I take off the screen and the tools I use, and then I'll make a second video of putting the screen back on. And what I have here is a Series 1. Let's see if you can see that. A great looking watch. It's locked, so it has no use except for the screen. There's no way of unlocking it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the screen, and I'll show you the tools I use. So I have a whole set of knives. They're all pretty much useless except for this rounded one. This rounded one works great to pry off the screen. It took me a long time to figure out where to pry from. I broke a lot of screens at the beginning, but now I've probably done like 60 or 70 watches and the repairs and haven't had an issue. And then a small screwdriver. So I bought a whole set, but the only one that's any good is this one. So now that the watch is turned off, I will use a heat gun and heat up the screen for about 20 seconds, and that will loosen the glue. And then I'll be able to remove the screen. And at any time, feel free to fast forward through this, and you can just see the main points of removing the screen. And you want to hold it about 2 to 3 inches away, and then for about 20 seconds. And you really want to heat up this top part on this side. It's the easiest part to start removing the screen when you start your prying. I heat it up until it's pretty much too hot to touch, and then I use a small towel to hold the watch, and then I start my prying. See, I'll start right at the top with this rounded blade and work it back and forth. You can hear it popping because the glue is loose. Now that I made my way under it with the knife, I work my way around and loosen all the glue around it. I just do it with my fingernail. I know I've seen people do it with like a cards or a puller. And I'll break all the glue around it. And then you'll see the screen starts to come off and lift off. It turned on. It's not a big deal. It might show that it's overheated just because I heated it up pretty good, but I can see it's coming off, and I can feel it vibrating already. And then I'll cut some of the glue strip. Now there's a force touch sensor that goes around the inside. You have to be very careful not to cut that. And you want to start at the top right of the crown, or anywhere on this top side. If you do from the bottom, it's a good chance you'll cut into the LCD picture, and you'll lose your picture and your screen will be no good. But right now, it's a great looking screen. Almost zero scratches on it, and then I'll show you the rest of the process of taking it off. So you want to, if it does turn on, I will turn it off, but you want to lift up. Let's see if you can see this with the camera. I know it's kind of hard. There's a small, inside this metal box, right here, you got to flip that up. I know this is, a lot of people have a lot of problems with this. I use a small screwdriver. I've done this a lot, so you'll see me, I'll just pop it off pretty quickly. But I know a lot of people have problems with it, so you stick a screwdriver under there and you flick up, and yeah, I got it the first time. You lift up, the screen's still on, and then the screen will just pop up after that. A little bit of glue still on here. You want to remove the glue too. And then the screen will just pop off, just like that. And now I have a good screen as a replacement. Now, I do a lot of replacements, And I do not use the $40 aftermarket one that you have to remove the LCD from the glass. I only use used iPhone screens, mainly off of locked ones that I've purchased in my neighborhood, or let's see, some on eBay, but a lot on OfferUp, or Facebook has a sale. I buy locked ones, and then I can get it pretty cheap, and I fix people's screens. I'll probably put a link in the description if you want me to fix your watch. I can. I'll put a link to my eBay account, and I'll charge $100. And what I do is I spend about $60 on a locked watch, remove the real Apple Watch screen, and I'll replace your cracked one with one of these. Right now, I'm only doing 7000 series and series 1. I can do the 38 or the 42 and stainless steel ones. I can replace batteries. I can put back on your screen. Whatever you need. You can message me privately, and I can do it for you. Mail me your watch, I'll mail it back to you. But again, I do not use aftermarket parts that don't last. I only use real Apple screens, so that's why my prices are a little bit higher. But here's a removal, and I'll upload a second video that shows how I reattach the screens.